Hey there and welcome to Scandal Steep. Patti LaBelle isn't just known for her powerhouse vocals and legendary music career, she's also rightfully earned another title, the Queen of Shade. If there's one thing Patti will always do, it's speak her mind and put folks in check, especially when they deserve it. One of the most infamous examples of her no-nonsense approach came during an appearance on the Tyra Banks show, where she was joined by Lisa Lillian, better known as Hungry Girl. Lisa, with her overly eager energy, took it upon herself to give Patti a crash course in cupcake etiquette, making sure to warn everyone about the dangers of eating paper liners. Lisa chirped on about how you shouldn't eat the paper on cupcakes, completely missing the mood in the room. Patti, meanwhile, stood off to the side, visibly unimpressed. You could practically see the thoughts running through her head. The audience picked up on it too, laughing as Patti made no effort to hide her confusion and annoyance. Tyra, sensing something hilarious was brewing, turned to Patti and asked what she was saying. And that's when Patti dropped a line for the ages: "What makes you think I thought I could eat the paper, boo?" The way she said it, calm, cool, and utterly dismissive, sent the room into a fit of laughter. Lisa, bless her heart, tried to brush it off and responded like she was explaining things to a toddler: "Paper bad. Cake is good, okay?" But that only made things worse. It came across like she was trying to educate Patti LaBelle, a grown woman, culinary queen, and seasoned entertainer who's spent decades on the road, and knows a thing or two about food. Patti wasn't having it. She kept her cool during the segment, but in a later interview, she made it crystal clear how she really felt: "I wanted to slap her so hard. She thought I was going to eat the paper on the cupcake." That moment was peak Patti, graceful in public, brutally honest in private. Then there was the time she went on the Arsenio Hall show back in 1990. Even with a strong friendship between them, Patti didn't hesitate to check Arsenio right on live TV. Before the show, she had asked him to give her a countdown before her performance, just like he did for every other big act. He agreed but didn't follow through. So when Patti hit the stage, she addressed it head on. "Look, it's 1990. I'm not sitting down. You dogged me." Arsenio tried to laugh it off, but Patti was serious. "You gave Barry Manilow and everybody else a countdown. Why not me?" It wasn't a full-blown feud, but she made sure her voice was heard, and that's classic Patti. But perhaps the most chaotic moment of Patti's career came during her performance at the National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony. What was supposed to be a festive, elegant performance turned into an unforgettable disaster, one that only someone like Patti could survive with her dignity intact. It all started with a timing error. Patti hit the stage at the wrong moment, completely catching the production crew off guard. Still, she powered through. But then the music kicked in abruptly, throwing her off even more. That's when the real trouble began: the cue cards. The lyrics she was supposed to sing were either wrong or missing entirely. Standing in front of the entire nation, Patti scanned the cue cards in disbelief. "I don't know this song," she muttered, clearly frustrated. And just to add more fuel to the fire, her background singers were nowhere to be found. Patti, ever the professional, called out mid-performance, "Where are my background singers?" She didn't stop there. "This is going to be a merry baby Christmas for you and me," she quipped, trying to keep the show moving despite the chaos around her. When her backup singers finally did show up, they were no help at all. They sang the wrong lyrics, fumbled through the song, and made the performance even messier. The cue card guy? Still flipping the cards too slow, adding to the confusion. "Next card, honey." "Thank you," Patti deadpanned, trying to salvage the moment. Later on, when she was asked about the incident, Patti pulled one of her signature moves, acting like she didn't remember any of it. "Last Christmas? I never saw that," she joked during an interview. Fans loved it because if anyone can turn a train wreck into a moment of comedic gold, it's Patti LaBelle. Of course, her ability to set people straight isn't limited to celebrities or production crews. She's had to check fans too. One of the most memorable times came in 2015 during one of her concerts. Patti invited a few fans on stage to dance and have fun, something she often did to connect with her audience. But one man took things too far. Instead of just enjoying the moment, the man started unbuttoning his shirt like he was about to do a striptease. Patti immediately shut it down. "Don't you dare do that on my stage," she snapped. But the man doubled down. He turned his back to her and exposed himself. That was it. Patti had enough. "Get off my damn stage," she shouted. Then she motioned to security, ordering them to escort the man out. I'm not Nicki Minaj or Molly or whoever. You don't do that here. It was a reminder that Patti's stage is her sanctuary and nobody disrespects her space. And then there's the long-standing tension between Patti LaBelle and Diana Ross. While the two icons have since buried the hatchet, the story of their feud is the stuff of music industry legend. One of the shadiest moments between the two happened on the Arsenio Hall show. During Diana's appearance, Arsenio brought up a time when one of Patti's eyelashes had fallen off mid-performance. Diana chuckled and quipped, "She probably ate the eyelash." It was a line that got a laugh, but not everyone saw it as innocent fun. Many believed it was a subtle dig. When Patti came on the show later, Arsenio relayed what Diana had said. Patti's response? Pure class. She laughed and said, "I wouldn't eat a louse, darling. I eat potato salad and chicken, not lashes." It was the perfect blend of humor and dignity, delivered in classic Patti style. So where did all the drama between them start? According to Patti, it goes back to the early days of their careers, when both groups, the Supremes and Patti's group, the Bluebells, were performing at the legendary Apollo Theater in Harlem. Patti explained that her group used to scrape together whatever money they could to buy matching outfits for their shows, sometimes even shopping at stores like Walgreens or discount shops. One day, they performed in gold outfits they had just bought. And wouldn't you know it, the very next night, the Supremes showed up wearing nearly identical gold costumes. "They were biting our style," Patti said bluntly in a Drink Champs interview. But the biggest betrayal came when Diana, allegedly behind the scenes, convinced one of Patti's own group members, Cindy Birdsong, to leave the Bluebells and join the Supremes. The switch happened right before a scheduled show in Cleveland. Suddenly, there were only 3 Bluebells instead of 4. It turned out Cindy had been rehearsing secretly with the Supremes for weeks, getting ready to replace Florence Ballard. Patti and the rest of the group had no idea. Cindy left them hanging that night, jumping ship in the most dramatic way possible. Patti was devastated. On one hand, she understood joining the Supremes was a massive career leap. They were the biggest girl group in the world. But the way it happened? That stung. Diana's role in it didn't sit right with Patti. They took her for the right reasons for them, but the wrong reasons in the end, she later said. What hurt most was what happened to Cindy later. After Diana left the Supremes, Cindy was left behind, with no clear path forward. She'd been promised the world and ended up adrift. For Patti, seeing someone she once worked so closely with be cast aside like that was painful.